Okay, we're here today with Travis with Total Connect Security. And Travis, what do you do there at the company?
Well, I do a little bit of everything. I've been with the company for about 2.5 years. We are the local alarm company throughout the Central Valley. We service both residential and commercial. I do everything from talking with the families to even the conclusion of the installation of the alarm system itself.
Okay, so what makes Total Connect Security different, unique, or somehow like, I guess, head and shoulders above the competition?
That's actually a good question, and one of the things that stands out the most is the customer service skills. We have people that work for our company that have been in this industry for 20 years plus and actually have serviced a number of homes. And one thing that I want to say is that every family that I've talked to, nothing changes from the need of wanting protection for their home, but to do so properly is a little bit more difficult these days.
Now there's some new technology that you guys are introducing here in the market that doesn't require a landline. Can you tell us about that?
Absolutely. It's actually the next step above, because the landline creates a vulnerability. That landline goes from the back of the panel all the way out to the side of the home. And what that means for intruders is that there's that phone box, and it's really easy to locate and then to cut the wire. And if it can't send a signal through the telephone line, it can't call out for help. So the newest technology requires what's like a cell phone unit. It's like if you took have you heard of OnStar for the GMs?
Yes.
It's exactly like that, but for your home. And so it works the same way. It sends a signal through the satellites and cell towers as to get you a guaranteed priority police response, and there's no hesitation or delay in doing so.
So why is it priority? Is because there's some kind of voice or audio signal involved?
Right, we use what's called a live voice verification. Now in the event that the alarm is triggered, a live operator comes directly over the alarm panel to assist you in any emergency, such as a medical or a hostage situation. They can relay what's going on to the police, so that way eliminates all the guesswork. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Absolutely.
So in other words, they know it's not a dog that's tripped it.
Yes.
Or a cat or something.
Yes, they actually can hear 3 times better than human ears, up to 5,000 square feet. And so they use that for verification purposes. And since in California there's what's called a no response law. Now this states that unless it's an audio or video verified emergency, the police don't have to show up to it.
Ah, so this basically elevates it from a possible problem to an actual priority call.
Absolutely.
Interesting. So what would you recommend that a person do if they're shopping around trying to figure out how to protect their home and their family?
Well, first thing you want to look for is the quality of equipment. You're going to want to do a background search on the company and make sure that the monitoring station that is going to be monitoring you is not only credible, but the customer service skills, people have good things to say about it. Mm-hmm. Because when you're dealing with the company, if you were to deal with them personally, would you want somebody that's constantly snooty on the phone or don't like their job?
Probably not.
Probably not. So that's what we tend to work on. The monitoring station that we use, they have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, and they do so by superior customer service skills. So it's a real honor to be able to work with them and coincide, and as also to make it available for me to be a personal security consultant for families in my community.
So one last question. I appreciate you taking the time today, but my question to you is, if you were a consumer today trying to analyze all the options that you have in the world in your security options, what would be the deal breaker or the deal maker for you?
Well, what would make it a deal breaker for me is when it comes to the safety of my home and family, I don't want a probably, I don't want a maybe. I want to know that I'm going to get the guaranteed services that I'm paying for and the guaranteed services that I was promised by my sales representative. Mm-hmm. So in the event that the alarm does go off, I know I'm getting a police response as opposed to an armed guard response.
Or a rent-a-cop.
A rent-a-cop.
Yeah.
That's the latest term, yes.
Okay. Well, great. Well, thank you so much, Travis, for taking the time to de-ignorify us a little bit.